Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and I was asked to jump on and channel the Divine Masculine's current energy for the Twin Flame Collective. I know we have Mars sextile Neptune today, so I do think there's a lot of illusions being shattered in the energy. I also feel the masculines are reaching their breaking point when it comes to, coming forward. So I was asked to pull a bunch of different oracle decks today to kind of dig into the masculine's energy. I'm going to be pulling from the Fallen Angel deck today. This is one of my favorite decks. So we will see what kind of messages need to come through with that deck. I was also asked to pull the Ascended Masters deck by Doreen Virtue, along with the Archangel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. And I was also asked to pull the Akashic Tarot. And I also have a couple new decks in the mail that we're going to pull in with the masculine's energy, the past life and lesson deck, and the Illumination Oracle. Look at that. Crystal clear intentions. On the bottom of the Fallen Angels deck, we do have harmony. So I do feel harmony is being restored. And I do feel a lot of the Divine Masculines are working very closely with Archangel Michael, getting very clear about what it is that they truly desire and really focusing on this connection and finding that unwavering faith is what I'm feeling is taking place with the masculines. They're facing a lot of fears right now. And then the Ascended Masters deck. I don't use these decks very often. Because they're so hard to get your hands on. Look at that bottom of the deck, Twin Flames. So I kind of feel the masculine's coming into this acknowledgement of this twin flame connection, getting ready to kind of choose peace over all of these power struggles that the twins have been going through. And then we do have the Akashic Tarot, and I did get another new deck in the mail a few days ago. The Mother Mary Oracle deck. So we will pull some messages for the Divine Feminine. I kind of feel, you're the one that holds the key to this union. And I also feel the masculine's been opening up to his Akashic scrolls, his Akashic mission. I feel a lot of angelic protection around the masculine as he goes through like this towering lightning turn of events, because I kind of feel this huge karmic board clearing, and the masculine's really in the throes of all of these views of his distorted ego, definitely tapping into that Akashic library. And I do feel he's being shown the higher contract, the higher soul commitment contract with the Divine Feminine, and it's this initiation as the masculine's kind of thrust forward into the Akashic field, into all of these memories. So let's start off with the Illumination Oracle deck. I think, yeah, the masculine is in that very karmic attachment, soul contract, karmic attachment. I think he's seeking guidance. I do think he sees you as this lighthouse. I think he sees you as this pillar of strength, Divine Feminine, shining that light, beckoning the masculine to embrace this growth and this expansion for this fresh start. And the masculine's really stuck, not sure how to fix what has been broken. I think, a lot of these masculines are worried about how to correct the past when it comes to the children that were deeply hurt in this connection. Definitely a major karmic board clearing, karmic release when it comes to this lesson. And I do think, there's going to be a lot of amends needing to be made when it comes to the children that did get hurt in the separation process. And I kind of feel the masculines reliving the past events, the chain of events that led up to separation, going through this very painful subconscious spiral. And he's really needing to regain control of his life. He's been withholding, coming forward for that commitment, with that communication. And I kind of feel we're like in the home stretch is what I'm feeling when it comes to these negative attachments. And maybe the masculine stuck in a karmic attachment because of some children. but there's definitely a huge karmic release in order for this fresh start to come forward. So let's keep going here, guys, and see what other messages need to come through for the Divine Masculine Collective. Negative. Actually, it says navigate, but I think a lot of negative influences. So the masculine's really navigating some very chaotic terrain right now in the false contract, dealing with a lot of pride and ego. That's really what's kept the masculine stuck from coming forward and taking accountability, is all of that pride, all of that ego. You know, he's really needing to tread carefully. I kind of feel he knows he kind of has to distance himself from the karmic. The masculine knows he also has to travel to come and see you. I kind of feel the masculine is kind of preparing to pack up and move homes. And he's really let that pride and ego create a lot of stuckness, a lot of barriers when it comes to this growth and this expansion. But I do feel the Divine Masculine is dreaming of you a lot in dream space, daydreaming about you, night dreaming about you, about this commitment, about coming forward and offering you like a committed partnership, marriage. I do feel the masculine is so magnetically drawn to you at this time, Divine Feminine. And there's a lot of growth and expansion as the masculine prepares to move towards you, treading very carefully with all of this pride and ego. And I do feel, you know, the masculine is on the right path. He is opening up the heart to this connection, to this romance, going through a renewal. So I do think get ready for a visit. I think the masculine might be coming, knocking on your door, preparing to come in with that clarity. I do feel the masculine is deeply missing you. And he is preparing to come forward for this revival, for this renewal in this loving connection. So let's see what needs to come through with the past life deck. There's that codependency. The masculine's really needing to understand that he is absolutely self-reliant, and I feel working on instilling some healthy self-esteem, releasing the pride and the ego. I do think a lot of the masculines become so overly dependent on others for their happiness and their well-being. And it is this energy of being emotionally bankrupt. I think the masculine's been struggling a lot, really down on his luck recently. Because he's not really been grateful. He's been playing into all of these inadequate feelings. All of these past experiences, I think the masculine's really been playing into that shame, that guilt, that regret. And I kind of feel there's definitely something in the works when it comes to some action being taken. Because the masculine is definitely very much drawn to your energy at this time, Divine Feminine. That one almost went flying. So we'll see what else needs to come through. So guide just came through. So I kind of feel the masculine's really feeling outcast. He's watching you, you know, soar, advance with your skills, your abilities, being this guide for others along the journey, leaving this legacy behind this life. And I feel the masculine is feeling like an outcast, ostracized. And I feel a lot of the karmic contracts have really dissipated. There's been a lot of chaos, a lot of drama. And I also feel, you know, the masculine's been outcast and ostracized from that whole social circle. And there's a need for the masculine to understand, you know, why he allowed this negativity to kind of possess him. Why he ventured down the beaten pathway, you know, why he's played into all of these feelings of inadequacy. You know, the masculine comes off as very, you know, very prideful, very boastful, and in essence, he really doesn't have a lot of self-worth, a lot of adequate energies, and I kind of feel this is a big lesson this lifetime for many of the divine masculines when it comes to self-worth, stepping into their uniqueness, their unique qualities that nobody else possesses. I know a lot of the feminines, you know, when we see our masculine in that light, in that halo, we look at them as absolutely perfect. And then we go through all of these spiraling events, and then we kind of look at them for exactly who they are in the 3D. But in those higher energies, the divine masculine is unconditional love. So I feel the masculine's heart is deeply desiring that fleshy encounter with the divine feminine. He's lacking this feeling inside. There's this deep, deep void coming up. And I feel the feminine is serving as this guide, this lighthouse. And that's all the masculine can think about, is moving towards the divine feminine at this time. Restoring a sense of harmony. I feel the masculine's reputation really has come crashing down. It's almost like this settlement that he's settling things up with the universe as he goes through this transformation. I do think a lot of conflict in the masculine's life when it comes to, you know, him moving in a new direction. I feel there's a lot of resistance when it comes to the masculine finally making this choice. It's kind of time for the masculine to get rigorously honest, is what I'm feeling, to find that quiet inner strength, to come forward and close out this cycle, to step towards love, to embrace this transformation, to get rigorously honest with everybody that he's connected with this lifetime. And, you know, we repeat these cycles many lifetimes over. And this is the lifetime where I feel the masculine's going to have to really embrace these changes. A lot of the masculines have been working in secrecy. And it's kind of time for this renewal to come full circle, because we're stepping into those leadership positions. And the masculine really needs to take the lead of his life if he's going to find resolution and complete this karmic cycle. So I do feel a recognition of this connection, the masculine really coming into that deep understanding of this deep love. Beautiful. We get the Jesus card, opening up the heart to love, and the Kuan Yin, let it go. So I think the masculine is preparing to come forward with a peace offering. He's stepping into freedom. I kind of feel the veil of illusion has been lifted. He's seeing everything accurately now when it comes to the masculine needing to kind of come out of the closet, come out of the spiritual closet, and to face the divine feminine. I do feel there's been a lot of timeline shifting when it comes to the timeline of Christ, the timeline of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and I feel this huge release, this huge heart awakening, huge release as the masculine kind of acknowledges the depth of the love that the twins share. And there's this huge karmic release as the masculine prepares to come forward with that peace offering, those crystal clear intentions. So I think a lot of clearing in the masculine's life, getting rid of clutter, negative energy, people, places, and things, because he's not going to let anybody hold him back this time. I do think this is the perfect timing. And I feel a lot of spiritual insights really have helped the masculine to awaken fully so he can see clearly only through the eyes of love. And I do feel Archangel Michael is working very closely with the divine masculine collective as they're kind of stepping into peace, remembering that really the only thing that is real is love. And I think divine feminine, just relax, surrender. Everything is happening according to divine will. Everything is well. The masculine, I feel, is reprioritizing himself, really getting organized and motivated to step into his highest priorities and focusing on returning to a state of balance. I do feel the masculine is overcoming all kinds of challenges, all kinds of difficulties, but I do also feel the worst is like behind the divine masculine at this time. All of these surmounting challenges are going to be out the door very soon. I think the masculine is getting ready to kind of just walk out the door. It's like this epiphany has washed over the masculine, a new idea, a divinely guided, inspired idea to take action. And he is being told, please take action in order to bring this to fruition, because there's a lot of clairaudiency coming through, showing the masculine where to go. And I do feel it's kind of time to repair those broken bonds When it comes to the children that were involved in these connections, if you have children that, you know, got intertangled into this karmic entanglement, a lot of these children have been so sensitive to this awakening process that we've gone through. And I feel the masculine's main concern is to renew that bond with the children, to maybe even come forward with a gift, a peace offering, as all of this remembrance washes over the divine masculine. Definitely going into all of those views of the ego is what I'm feeling. And, you know, the masculine is without a doubt completely outcast, really having to kind of climb the ladder, going through this rebirth. A lot of forces, a lot of angelic forces around the masculine. When it comes to this Two of Cups union, definitely a rebirth, a rebirthing of foundations. A storm is a ruin in the masculine's life. When it comes to this union, a lot of diverse challenges, beautiful. We have the King and the Queen of Forces, which is feeling like the King and the Queen of Wands. Visionary leaders, and I feel the masculine is stepping into this mastery. A lot of the divine masculine's higher self really is almost like the director of the journey. Even though the masculines are asleep, when the feminine awakens, it is the divine masculine's higher self that is always guiding the feminine's every actions. And it is this energy of like, for my own journey. So my divine masculine sun sign is Cancer, and my 5th house is Cancer. So it doesn't matter what my divine masculine does. He is the sunshine on a rainy day for me. I'm not seeing this man face to face in over 3 years. I know that's the one thing we used to say to each other all the time is I miss your face. And God, I do. I miss that man's face. I don't even really remember exactly what he looks like other than in the ethers, what I'm shown, what I'm feeling in dream space. But it's like the masculine serves as like the director of the feminine's transformation. And so, you know, like I could never look at my masculine in that negative light. Although my ego will battle the heart like the masculine goes through. It's like my counterpart is perfect in my eyes. There's nothing he could do wrong that I would not stop loving him for. So I feel the masculine's coming into this awareness that he is kind of like the master co-creator of this union energy. And it goes vice versa. The masculines view the feminine as absolutely perfect. The feminine can do nothing wrong, and that scares them, right? Because they don't feel worthy. And so I feel this waterfall of emotions, this force to be reckoned with when it comes to wishes being granted. I feel like the masculine's going through spirals of overwhelming joy, acknowledging this connection of all of these wishes. I feel the masculine's been shown the scribe, the higher contract, something about that moon cycle really threw the masculine into the karmic trenches for this awakening, for this diverse emotional tension to rise to the surface. In order for this growth and expansion. And I do feel the masculine is deeply drawn to you at this time, divine feminine. So there's this going within. He's like really, really thinking about you. You know, he's been within. He's in that hermit mode, deep spiritual wisdom. He's thinking about you so badly. He's not really, you know, bringing forward any communication, withholding, not sharing with anybody these deep emotions. And I feel, you know, gathering that strength, you know, to pack up, move, and to come forward and balance those scales to, you know, balance out what was wrong. But we will see what needs to come through with the cards. Yeah, there's this energy of the masculine taking steps towards the feminine, taking steps, leaving the karmic. We get the Empress reversed and the 7 of Pentacles. So I feel like time's up. That soul contract is dead and gone. The masculine's been dealing with, you know, a feminine that doesn't know her worth, doesn't know her value. There might even be exposure when it comes to a love affair that's been going on behind the divine masculine's back. I feel the time is now for this lesson to be learned, to release that energy. I do feel the masculine is taking steps towards this new exciting adventure with the divine feminine. You know, I think there's been resistance to this ending because I do think, you know, we still have to grieve a toxic relationship. The masculine is deeply regretting going towards this karmic feminine, walking away from this spiritual connection. I think he feels like the feminine is sailing away without him. And he wants to come forward with an exciting new offer to close out this cycle. And I don't think he's really been telling anybody about this. But the masculine, his higher self, he's coming in for victory. There's a lot of expansion and growth taking place for the masculine. He's coming in with a love offer. He wants victory and success. He's coming in with an apology to heal the brokenness. He wants to heal the hurt. He wants to heal this connection, and he wants victory and wants to build a legacy with you, divine feminine. He sees you as grounded, stable, solid, and he's coming in for that final judgment call. And I do think he's been planning this for quite some time. You know, we go through many spirals and cycles of this death, this ego death, this rebirth energy. And I feel the masculine's in the throes of the final stretch, the final betrayal, the final nail in the coffin. I do feel the karmic, there's exposure within the karmic contract. And the masculine has now been betrayed like he betrayed the divine feminine. And there is going to be an unexpected choice in love. You know, those karmic scales are being balanced because it's kind of time to put the past to bed. So I do feel a lot of karma is being served. There's that false contract coming to a close. We just got the Four of Wands reversed with the Chariot. So no more harmony, no more confusion. Those illusions have been shattered. There's no more veil of illusion over the masculine's eyes. He's delivering that harsh message when it comes to breaking down that false contract. There's no more harmony, no more working together. It's a big mess. There's no stability there. And the masculine is getting in the driver's seat and going in a new direction. He's going after a brand new beginning with you, divine feminine. He's coming in for the gold. He's getting rid of that gold dust woman, and he's coming in for the gold, baby, because he wants some passion reignited with you. He wants to bring healing into this situation. You are the divine masculine's wish fulfillment, and he's coming in taking that leap of faith. He's feeling like a fool. He knows you're guarded. He knows he's got to come with the whole truth and nothing but the truth. But the time is now for this fated destined change. The time is now for these unions to come together. So, you know, I think the masculine feels like a fool for ignoring this higher connection. And he's coming in with a lot of honesty. His head and his heart are in alignment, which has in turn brought him to that rock bottom to finally release this burden of manipulating this situation and turning his back, you know, not reciprocating this love, because there is a lot of love here and there is a possibility for a reunion. And the masculine, you know, he wants to come in and win at all costs. He wants to do the work after leaving you out in the cold. He's at that crossroads is what I'm feeling. So let's see what else needs to come through. With the Twin Flame Oracle deck, mirror self. So a lot is being mirror reflected in the masculine's life. And you likely might be reacting to his energies. But I think very soon, good news is coming. Communication is coming very, very soon. Because, you know, the masculine is coming into the oneness of this connection. So, you know, we are here to embody unconditional love, to, you know, offer forgiveness. We truly are warriors of light. And I feel the divine masculine has been trying to reach the feminine telepathically and vice versa. To understand, you know, even in separation, we are never truly apart. We are always forever connected through the heart. So I feel a lot of karmic lessons are being learned in the masculine's life as he goes through this ego dissolution, of all of these views of the ego that are being shed. So we will get a couple messages from the masculine, twin flame messages. He wants to be authentic. He's no longer afraid. There's a lot of shame and regret and guilt over how the divine masculine has treated you, divine feminine. And I feel, you know, it's getting harder and harder and harder for him to stay away. I think there's a fear of, you know, the truth. Whatever you said to your counterpart, those words surely have lingered in their head. And I know there's a lot that I remember my divine masculine said to me that, you know, I could play over and over in my head, and I would never forget those moments. And I feel there's a deep resonance when it comes to the masculine, knowing just how deeply he kind of screwed things up. And he really doesn't know how to fix it. He really doesn't know what to do. So I think the masculine is constantly reminded of you. He looks at you as this beautiful angelic being, and he does. He wants to come forward and to be authentic. He wasn't ready for this connection in the past, and he does. He's making amends for all of these past treatments, all of the past rejections. So I think get ready. You're going to want to spend some quiet time in meditation, divine feminine, and you got to be careful of not overgiving as well, because a lot of people deplete us on the journey. And I also feel the masculine is very energetically depleted at this time. So I do feel Mother Mary is working closely with the divine feminine to help prevent any karmic interference when it comes to this holy rebirth energy, this holy fire rebirth. So I think work with Mother Mary to help you manifest these miracles, divine feminine, because I do feel we're in those very beginning stages when it comes to union. And I feel the masculine really is stepping into spiritual maturity at this time, gaining a lot of wisdom, understanding when a contract has been completed and achieved. And I feel all of this interference is going to be removed very quickly. The pathway is being cleared as we prepare for wishes being fulfilled. So I do feel the masculine's in this deep ocean of rebirth, and you're kind of in this blossoming energy, and all of these blocks are being removed. Nobody's going to be allowed to interfere with this connection, because the masculine is done compromising himself. He's going to be brave. He's going to do this no matter what tough situation the masculine has been through. He's finding that strength and that determination to recover and to come forward and take that time to reconnect with you in the heart space. So get ready to receive some communication. I am going to read out of this, out of the book. This is a 22 card. So something about that portal yesterday. I feel a lot of the feminine's light is very bright. It's growing. Your vibration is rising. And I feel you're attracting all kinds of good things blossoming in your life. I think the masculine is feeling very threatened with all of your growth. And whoever is keeping the masculine stuck, there are people that like to keep the divine feminine stuck, obstruct her growth. You have a lot of divine protection when it comes to this pre-union energy. So don't worry about anybody trying to sabotage you, because they will not succeed. Divine feminine, success is on your path, triumphant success. And I do feel spiritual freedom for the divine feminine. All of these paradoxes that have been manifested throughout the spiraling journey of purification are all being dissipated. All of these challenges in the physical reality are dissipating because you've chosen love over fear, divine feminine. So I think remembering everything underneath the physical reality, all of these things hidden that are only for our own divinity to understand. So a lot of divine intelligence when it comes to this prevention of interference. I feel be prepared for a lot of people to project their insecurities on you, divine feminine. But I also feel this energy too of like this reminiscing energy of the connection, almost like a love story, a movie on rewind is what I'm feeling as we kind of step into divine order. So I do feel the masculine's reclaiming his power and coming forward with that purest intention. I feel you're glowing. Your crown and your soul star chakra is glowing, which is in turn creating this descent. As I'm pretty sure the masculine will be coming back at your feet, divine feminine. and praying that it's not too late to make things right. So I think get ready for some completion energy, total transformation as the masculine goes through this acknowledgement, this ocean of emotional rebirth. And that's kind of what I got for a check-in today, guys. I hope this helped. I hope it resonated. If you would like to book a personal reading or twin flame reading, please feel free to check out that description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.